Good evening guys, it's 7:42 p.m. It's a late today. I'm doing end of the video today, because I was busy with fixing my car front bumper, which I did it today completely. That project is completed, and then I was busy with putting some curtains and all those stuff. So today was a very busy day. I'm totally tired today, but anyway, so today's note, right? So today's theme is same as yesterday. So yesterday's closing and Globex low are the key for buyers. If breaks below it, sellers could be active. Now price is like going higher crazily, right? So I'm expecting a pullback. Now nobody can figure out the top, okay, or I would say they can time it the top, right? So as long as price is moving higher, it's up to us as a day trader whether we want to participate or we want to let it go, and then specifically we have to look for short setup, but if intraday buyers are supporting all the intraday support, then there is no point like shorting and then hope, unless there is a setup. But those longs, if buyers are supporting, then whether you want to participate in that long aggressively or not, it's up to you, up to day trader basically, right? So for me, I'll show you in the chart, how price is behaving, and that's why I'm not participating from last 2-3 days. I'm not taking a longs aggressively higher up, unless there is a pullback later in the day, when price proves it for the entire day that yes, really it wants to go higher now, aggressively it wants to go higher, that's it, then I take a long later in the day, but not in the morning. I try to find a shorts, because I know a down day is coming, a trend down day is coming, definitely, it's coming either tomorrow or Tuesday, or Monday. So Monday, Tuesday and tomorrow, 3 days, trend down day is coming. That is what I'm thinking. So that's why I'm looking for specific signs, but anyway, apart from that, so today's theme is same as yesterday's closing and Globex are important. Above buyers, below sellers, NQ touched 535, 550, that was CPI target. It touched it in the overnight, which I said already yesterday that it may do it, ES target was 45.35, which it did not achieved in the overnight, but it did it in RTH, and then in RTH it turned that into support after breaking out, so it's very strong buyers, that already we know, right? This is the thing, right? So it doesn't mean that we don't know, right? But we are not participating, that is the key, because it's too much aggressive, too much fast move. But here, if you can see, overall view is already there, buyers are already in control for a long time now, so this is not a surprise, but the way they are going, that is the problem for day trading, but anyway, so NQ made a new good high, but ES did not. Okay, look at the price this way: open 1 hour chart, draw a rectangle covering entire yesterday's price range. Basically entire yesterday's price range is like a one rectangle. You can draw a line in the middle at the top and the bottom, up to bottom, up to mid, as long as price is holding above mid, buyers are in control pretty much, below mid, sellers could be active. That is how you view the 1 hour chart. Okay, now see midline and yesterday's close, and then fail to hold above, yesterday's high. You wanted to see it holding it above. Once price goes above it, fail to hold above is the first warning to buyers. Then break below yesterday's closing, second warning. Okay, so basically yesterday's high and closings are important. That's all, in a nutshell. I'm trying to tell you this, so, and then it's a all story, between yesterday's closing, high, Globex, the way neutral, all this story is there, but the key thing is yesterday's closing and high, important, below some sellers active, above buyers are active. Okay, so now you can read through all this thing. Now so yesterday's closing was this 11, right? yesterday's high was 23, right? So you draw a line here, 23, right? Failed to hold below, right? But here there is no failing, it's just shoots up, right? Now you know buyers are in control as per the pre-market note, right? But that, remember I said that doesn't mean that you can participate or higher up. See, some pulls back needs to be there, right? This is a wide gap again now. So okay, so people can get frustrated, right? That hey, why these things? But look at this. See this thing? This gapping thing started from here, right? Gap up, pull back, held it, then you can go long, fine, no issue, right? Here, now after that, look at this, wide gap, right? Then this, pull back, yes, you can go long, fine, right? But still there is this much open space left. Apart from that, right, again coming into today, look at this, gap up above this area, pretty much I would say, right? Now you want to go long here. See, that is the challenge for the day as being a day trader. Yes, price is doing this, holding it, but it can break down also at the same time, right? So that's why I don't want to go long this high, even though I know there was a support. I gave it in Discord 27. Clearly I said 27. I said ES has to hold 27. So it was poking here, but it was going higher, poking higher, poking higher, poking higher. See that? It was not holding it. So I said 27 in ES, that's the key, as long as it's above it, buyers are there. In Discord I said that clearly. In Q I said 581 and then 550, are the levels from PPI. So if NQ breaks below it, ES has to break below 27, otherwise NQ is going to bounce. Both has to do it together, and that scenario did not happen together. That's why price held it. Now you can use that scenario to go long here also, but personally I don't take longs that aggressive unless later in the day if price proves it literally, then I may try a scalping long, but that's it. But that could be the high probability long, depend on where it wants to go, right? So but till then, I'm looking for shorts. Any failed breakout, I'm looking for shorts because price is exhausted, right? So that is the theme I am using now, from last 2 days, and I'm going to continue that until that pullback happens, So now I just explain you, right, what is the story and why I am not taking long. Okay, so now after this gap up, right, it was an open drive first of all. Okay, so it was an open drive. So in the open drive I said, this 27 is important, so as long as it's holding above it, and couldn't hold below it, that means buyers are there, right? Now since it was open drive, right, price went up straight up here. Now look at this distance, gap was here, price open here, shoots higher, right? So for to me it's a exhausted situation right of the open, so today could be the day where trend down day happen, that is what I'm thinking every day now, so when it, because PPI, so now let me cover PPI also, right? So PPI was here, right? So price open at 21, so PPI was right here. So during PPI news, price went down here, right, it went up, then close here, right, and then it couldn't go below this VWAP. See, if you look at the pattern, right, this is clearly a algorithm, a set program. See that here, VWAP held, 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 VWAP held. Here it couldn't get there, and that's it. See that? certain days are like that, where people love to buy at VWAP. It's just algorithm, and we have no control. So, but that was the theme today: VWAP. But I usually don't look at VWAP that way. So anyway, but I was aware of it, that people are buying it there. So here VWAP held it. Okay. Then open right around here, and then it was middle of the PPI range, so you can't do anything here at the open. So there is no long, there is no short here. Then price went up like this fashion, open drive, right, straight into this bold R, I would say, right. So right here in the bold R, the first thing is it touched it here. Then what happened? Then it went down, right. Then again another thrust up, right. See, if you are coming in with the mindset that price is already gapped up high, and then again too much like straight up move, to me it's exhausted into resistance. Now NQ at that time was right at 617, middle of nowhere, but BS was in resistance, right. So you mark that point. NQ's high was 617 or 620 or something, so I'm a little bit sloppy right now because I'm tired. Okay. Then it made a new high, okay, right here. Let me zoom it a little bit like this, right here, by a point, by a half tick. Now remember, the mindset was it's already exhausted, so slight pop down, and if you see something, that would be a short right there. Like, see, price is already, buyers are strong, right, gap up, open drive, everything is good for buyers, right. So if you want to look for shorts, being exhausted situation, right, it has to be higher up. You have to decide based on the lower time frame, 30 second, 15 second, but you have to feel it that way, and you have to capture the earlier location. Otherwise, after looking at this, if you short here, then it's a problem, because it's too far away. So here, right, so I shorted it right here at, actually here in NQ, not ES. ES I didn't. ES 35 was my CPI target, right. So ES I cannot touch it. NQ CPI target was 535, which NQ basically, look at this. See, this is my running note. If you look at yesterday's video, you can see it, that 535 was CPI target and 35 was CPI target for ES. That is what I said yesterday, and price was, yesterday's closing was right here, somewhere around here, or high was 500, right. So 535, I know that was the target. They will get it in the overnight, which they did here. See that, first thing in the middle of the night, right here, right. So that 535 is important. See here, they turned 535 into support, and then during PPI they break below it, and then it's basically false breakdown right below it, and then again, and then open right here. See that. So since it touched it below it, I was thinking, man, of the open it may go down, and if it go down and hold here, I am ready to short, but damn thing just held this, has turned this into support, and then you had an open drive, right. Now price is exhausted, at least it can come back to this 581 CPI high, because now the question is, since it broke out, it needs to turn this area into support, so in order to turn that into support, it has to come back, right. That was the idea I was playing. So here, right, when I was watching this, NQ was touched here at 615, that was the high, right. Then VWAP, right, intraday, then up, then down, then this candle, right, and right at 956. See the breakout right here, come back, closed here. Right? So I took a short right here, 615, 611 or something. I think 611 I took it, yeah. And 618 was my stop. Okay. So, and then it came down like this, 581. Right. So I took a profit, little bit, 50% here. Rest plan was to hold it, and I was thinking today could be the day, and then price may go through at least this morning low or something, right? So I was holding. Then it went up, chopping around here, back and forth, right, making me nervous, right, because anyway I was fading against open drive, right? So ES at that time had the similar failed breakout thing, right? So I didn't touch ES, but here I was watching. Every time it comes here, it was bouncing, right? So 1030, right, as here, right? So here 581, right? So I was holding it other 50%. I said, I will honor my stop. When it goes out, fine, I will not move it. I will just take a stop loss at 618, because I already have a 50% profit, right? Then here it came down. See, here it broke below 581. Then again damn thing pop up, making me more nervous. But I said, what, I will honor my stop. Then it break down. See, at this point right here, see that I was thinking, which was valid thinking, that price broke below this as a breakdown. So this was my chance, right? So I thought, okay, fine, breakdown happened finally. Now sellers should hold ideally below 581 now. Any pullback to that, they should defend. So I did not cut my trade here. I was looking for lower, below this. So rest of the 50% I had there. I was holding it. Then this thing happened. See, this thing threw me off. This is like crazy. We were buying, and it was right at 1030. That tells me that maybe the low of the day is in, possibly. So I bailed out right here. 30% off, more 30%. So now I'm 80% off. I have only 20% position, and I was, remember here I already said in Discord that I will honor my stop, right? But when I look at this, I cut it 30% remaining, and now I was 20% I was holding with stop at 618, okay, which was right around here. Then price went this way, right? See, at this point both sides were active. Now the question is, where price wants to go, there or there below this, okay? Then it came down here, the damn thing held 581 here, see that? So here I should have built out that remaining 20%, but I said, what, I will honor it, my stop loss, and here it stopped me out, right? Then damn thing came down and held again that 581, and then it shoots higher, okay? But anyway, I was done right here, at 10:30 I was out right here. Right after this bounce, I said I am done for the day. I will leave my stops as it is for the remaining 50% at 618, and then and then I'm done. If it stop me out, I'm done, right? So I was like closing, I was doing other stuff, so I left actually right around here. I just waited for 2-3 minutes, and then I cut it 30%. I said, leave it on 20%, right? And then I went for my front bumper working on the car, right? And then I was working there, and then lunchtime, I came at 12 o'clock, actually 11:50 or so. I came at 11:50 to just look at it, for the lunchtime, maybe around right here, around here. right around here, you know, to look at the price, you know, what it's doing. And it's a lunch time, so, you know, I just came back first near the computer and I was checking it, what's going on, you know. And then I saw this, you know, like, okay, it like this price action between this and this, I was not here near the computer. So when I came here, immediately I looked at this. I said, you know what, 681 is holding. That was actually PPI high, you know, holding, you know, and now this was a breakout attempt, right? So I said, okay, when it's a breakout attempt, what if it fails and then goes below this? It's a down move. But what if it goes up and then doesn't fail and then break out, you know, about this high? Then it could be the new move, you know, like price wants to go higher to this area, you know. So I was watching these things, right? So right here, so I was paying attention here, you know, and then you can see it here. So this was the line where I came in, right? I was watching this, right? And then basically, now how do I explain? See, this my short here at 611, right? 611 was my short, right? Here roughly, right here. So I had that line, right? And then I came here and I was watching 611 held here. See that? Even though back and forth, but 611 was the level, right? So it held it here. That's the first thing I noticed after this breakout, right? I was thinking it should go through it and go down, right? But instead it held it. ES at that time was 1150. Right around here, 27, above 27. Okay, multiple attempts I watch it here, failed, and then this was the high, last high, no? And ES was trying to hold below this. So if ES goes above this, see, multiple attempts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it goes above it, it would be instant up move, you know. So I was watching these things, and here you can see it actually after 611, right? Look at NQ was doing 1, 2, 3 multiple times, right? It was resisting it. If it goes above it, it's gonna run faster. Anyway, days so far buyers are holding it, right? So far. So there was your long right here, 12:01 p.m. That is what I said in Discord at that time, you know, right here around 12:03 or 12:06. So I took this long, 12:01, and ES was 12:05. So which is 12:05. Right here, based on 5 minute, okay? So 5 minute time frame when it was a running candle, right? So I'm going to show you here, right here. See here, this, right? When this candle opened, right? Within then this candle was running, okay? It went up first, okay? Then it came down. So this is where I took this long, right here, the same running candle, okay? And then actually here I took it, here or here somewhere, you know, because I am using Ninja. So Ninja and trade session is like candles are timing is different little bit, you know, like opening closing time for the candle. But anyway, here I took the long, you know. And now the target was this, because at this point I knew that now buyers are after this area, backup sellers area. See here, backup seller. So they are after this area basically. This entire area was backup sellers. And now you read the story was this. this was a preferred sellers area, right, which they took it out and they turn it into support basically, and now price is holding above it, and price is already here. Now it is breaking out in the lunch time, right, and this is a backup sellers area, so most likely this would be the target for them, and that is it. Call it a day level pretty much. I'm not expecting more than this. See, this thing is literally crazy things, but anyway, so here I build out ES 35 was my CPI target, backup sellers area, this, so here I build out, that's it, and I was done here, and then I went for my work. I was working on that front bumper, right, so I went there, and I didn't watch this thing afterwards. So this is afterwards thing, so I was not watching this thing. This is like I just saw it while making a video, so then I put the arrow here, so but 35 was CPI target, which is this. Okay, now that's the running statement, right, from day before yesterday. And now look what happened here. Strong breakout, right, and then price pullback right to the 35, to the T. See that? So here 35 acted as a resistance, it had a down move. Then you see this, that means 35 they are trying to turn it into support. This was your long if you want to take it. That's it, at 235. Look at NQ at that time, probably into support, one of the support, so 235 was, NQ was right here, right, after breaking this 658 right there. Then it held it here actually, right, then it broke through 680 even, then it is pulling back here, right. NQ was a little bit not clean, it was 662 pullback, so NQ I wouldn't touch it here unless it was like here or here something. So NQ this long I couldn't catch it, like if I was there I would trade ES, not NQ. But however, I know NQ's target. About this I said 719, 724 area. Which is this area was the target, and it basically got there. ES I said 46 to 50 area, which is this. That's it, so those were the longs, this is like after the fact, this was a real time, and then see, I don't like to trade VWAP pace, so that's why, knowing this buyers are turning this preferred sellers area, Globex high into support here, right, I couldn't go long here just because of aggressiveness, right, but here I don't mind going long because now price has proved it that it wants to indeed go higher, and that's it pretty much. I'll see you later tomorrow.